Hello, welcome to today's webinar, and I'm happy to say that today the webinar is sponsored by Crown House Publishing, and in return for their sponsorship I'm going to do a little mini review of a book by Dr. Robert Massey called Able to Remarkable. Great book. In fact, full disclosure, I actually wrote a foreword for this book when it came out, because I was so impressed by it. Essentially, the book is designed, it's not just about, I should say, not just about gifted and talented education. The idea underpinning it is that all children are capable of being remarkable. And it's written around 5 principles, the first of which is that everybody can become an expert learner, which is similar to some of the ideas that I argued in my book, Making Kids Cleverer. So not only can children learn the knowledge that they think with and about to become cleverer, but they can practice and become skilled at learning in ways which make them better learners. So that's the first principle, that everyone can become expert learners. Secondly, and very importantly, teachers can make a difference. So there's not just through teaching, but also through the sort of supports that teachers give. The fact that we motivate children, that we can role model for students how to be expert learners, that we can have belief in them. All of these things contribute to teachers making a big difference to students. The third principle is the idea that teaching to the top benefits all students, and admittedly this involves at times quite a lot of scaffolding and support in order to get children to that point. This is to be honest, this is the bit of the book that I feel least certain about. I mean, it's certainly true that everybody is more likely to rise to a high expectation than a low expectation. But I also think that the sort of teaching which most benefits the children particularly with SEND, with the sorts of with things like working memory deficits, that sort of teaching is also beneficial to all. So you know, there's some questions there that to think about. The fourth principle is that learning is a lot more than just exams, and I hope that we can all get on board with that. And one of the things that I've always sort of suggested is that if you're trying to hit a particular target, for instance, if you're aiming at the bullseye, then you know, you'll probably land on the dartboard. But if you're aiming at the edge of something, then it's easier to miss the entire board. So preparing just for tests, teaching just for tests, teaching for exams is not the best way, I think, often for children to do well in exams. By teaching them more, by seeing subjects as expansive, that's generally a better way. And the fifth of Robert Massey's 5 principles is that through this process of expert learning, children discover what they're remarkable at, and it's possible that we can all be remarkable, that different students develop at different rates, but everybody's capable of being remarkable in their own way. I should say that Crown House are doing a particular offer at the moment where they're offering 30% off to newly qualified teachers, and you can say you're a newly qualified teacher by using the code NQT30 at the Crown House website, and that will get you 30% off Robert Massey's book, as well as one of my own. So get yourself down to the Crown House website and have a look through the books included in that promotion.